Okay, so today we are going to start Unit 2 of Power Plant Engineering. So for you, Unit 1 already we have completed. So if you have any doubts regarding to Unit 1, you please reciprocate with me. Now before starting, let me go through the syllabus of Unit 2. As you can see, Unit 2 is divided into three parts. Okay, so first one is internal combustion engine parts. Second one you can see gas turbine plant, and the third one is direct energy conversion plants. Okay, so it is divided into three parts. In your exam you will get two questions out of these three parts. And let me tell you one more thing, this subject is completely theoretical one, unlike heat transfer. Okay, so your unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 as well as unit 4 is completely theoretical parts. You will get some problems in unit 5, some 6 marks or 8 marks problem you may get in unit 5, but except that your complete first 4 units is completely theoretical one. Okay, you have to practice the diagrams, you have to practice the working principles and so on. So out of these three parts, today we are going to communicate regarding this gas turbine plant. Already you have studied these things in TE1. Okay, Brayton cycle. Gas turbine plant means it works on Brayton cycle. Already you have discussed these things in TE1. So this is the I think this is the easiest thing for you to start the lecture. So in today's lecture we are going to start with gas turbine plant. But before that, I will tell you what are the types of power plants are there, what are the uses of those power plants, what is the efficiencies of those power plants. So some overview I will give you before coming to gas turbine plant. Okay. So the first power plant is thermal power plant. And in thermal power plant also it is divided into four types. One is steam turbine power plant, gas turbine power plant that we are going to start after some time, then IC engine power plant, and nuclear power plant. Okay, so out of these four types, already you have some idea regarding gas turbine power plant and IC engine power plant. Okay, regarding these two things you have already some idea. And also you have some idea regarding steam turbine power plant. Okay, so in PPE we are going to cover gas turbine power plant once again, and some parts of IC engine power plant also, and we are going to cover completely nuclear power plant. Your unit 4 is completely nuclear power plant. This is the new things that we are going to read in PPE this semester. Okay, so you can know this steam turbine power plant, it works on Rankine cycle. Gas turbine power plant, it works on Brayton cycle. IC engine power plant, different types of IC engine power plants are there. Diesel power plant, okay, then your diesel cycle, Otto cycle, like that, lots of IC engine power plants are there. And the last one is nuclear power plant. Okay. All these types comes under thermal power plant. Okay, this is one type. One more type is your hydraulic power plant. In fluid mechanics also you have studied regarding these types of power plant. Okay, so in hydraulic power plant the prime movers are turbine, you know these things. Okay, and based upon the prime movers, this hydraulic power plant is divided into Pelton turbine, Kaplan turbine, and Francis turbine, etc. Okay, now we are going to see out of all these types of power plant which one will be more efficient, whether hydraulic power plant will be more efficient or thermal power plant will be more efficient. If we will do that comparison, you can see the maximum efficiency of thermal power plant, whether it is steam turbine or whether it is gas turbine or it is IC engines or it is nuclear power plant. The maximum efficiency of those thermal power plant lies between 35% to 45%, which is quite less. The maximum efficiency is not going to exceed 50%. But oppositely, in case of hydraulic power plant, you can see the minimum efficiency is 90%. Its efficiency will be always, on an average, it will be more than 90%. Okay, so you can see there will be a striking difference between thermal power plant and hydraulic power plant. Now, why this difference in efficiency comes into picture? Okay, so that thing also we are going to discuss now. And before this thing, you can see the objective of all these kinds of power plant, whether it is hydraulic power plant or it is thermal power plant. You can see the objective of all these power plant is to obtain mechanical work output. Mechanical work output. It is the objective of all types of power plant. And from that mechanical work, we will attach some alternator, some generator, and we will get the electricity. Okay, so the objective of, remember this thing, the objective of all the types of power plants is to obtain mechanical work output. Okay. Now I will discuss why there is a difference in efficiency in between thermal power plant and hydraulic power plant. You can see the efficiency of thermal power plant is much more lesser as compared to hydraulic power plant. Now why there will be a difference in efficiency we are going to discuss. Okay, so before that you should know what is high grade energy and what is low grade energy. These two things you have to analyze, and already you have read these two things in thermodynamics unit 2. In second law of thermodynamics you have read these two things, high grade energy and low grade energy. Okay, now what is high grade energy? If a type of energy that can be completely converted into other types of energy, then that comes under high grade energy. For example, work, potential energy, etc. And opposite to that, what is low grade energy? If energy cannot completely converted into other types of energy, then that will come under low grade energy. The example is heat. So if you can analyze in second law of thermodynamics, heat engine cycles are there, refrigerator cycles are there, heat pump cycles are there. If you can remember, correlate those things, you can see in heat engine one source will be there. Okay, we will extract some Q1 amount of heat from the source. Okay, and from that Q1 amount of heat we will get some work output W, and some Q2 amount of heat will be rejected to sink. So in this case you can see whatever the Q1 amount of energy, whatever the heat energy that is coming out from the source, that heat energy cannot convert it completely into work done. Some part of heat energy will be converted to work done, some part of heat energy will be rejected to sink. So here you can see the heat energy cannot completely converted to work. So you can classify this heat energy as low grade energy. If you can analyze the diagram of heat pump, in heat pump what we will do, we will provide some work. Okay, this will extract some heat from the sink and it will supply to the source. So here you can see whatever the work we will supply, the complete work will be converted to heat. So that's why the work will comes under high grade energy. Okay, this high grade energy will be completely converted to low grade energy, but low grade energy cannot completely converted into high grade energy. Some part of low grade energy will be converted to high grade energy, and some other part will be goes as a loss. Okay, so that is what we call high grade energy and low grade energy. Work, potential energy, those comes under high grade energy. Heat will comes under low grade energy. Now why I am telling all these things means, if a power plant will works under high grade energy, then efficiency of those power plant will be more as compared to if it will works under low grade energy. Why so? Because high grade energy will be completely converted to low grade energy. One form of energy will be completely converted into another form of energy. There will be no losses. If there will be no losses, then efficiency of that power plant will be higher. That's why if a power plant will operate on high grade energy, then efficiency of that power plant will be more. But if some power plant will operate under low grade energy, then you know complete conversion of low grade energy into high grade energy is impossible. You cannot completely convert a low grade energy to high grade energy. You cannot completely convert heat into work. Okay, so there will be obviously some losses will be there, right? So if a power plant will works under low grade energy, then efficiency of those power plants is going to be less as compared to high grade energy, because there will be obviously some loss if a power plant will works under low grade energy. Okay, now we will come to this discussion why the efficiency of thermal power plant is less as compared to hydraulic power plant. Okay, so in thermal power plant, what happens in thermal power plant? We will supply some air and fuel mixture in the combustion chamber. This air and fuel mixture will get burned and heat energy will produce. Okay, and that heat energy will supply to the turbine. So this thermal power plant, it works under low grade energy. It uses the heat that will produce after the combustion of air and fuel mixture. So it based upon it uses low grade energy. So that's why you can see the efficiency of thermal power plant will be comparatively less. Now come to hydraulic power plant. In hydraulic power plant, what happens? We will use the potential energy of the water. What is potential energy? Suppose this is the pen. If I will keep the pen like this under certain height from the floor, okay, then this pen is having some potential energy. What is the magnitude? mgh, mass of the pen. G is accelerated due to gravity, and h is what is the height between this pen and the floor. Okay, so this pen will gain some potential energy. Similarly, when we will talk about hydraulic power plant, we used to store water in some higher elevation. Okay, and in that case, the water will be having some potential energy. Okay, and you know this potential energy comes under high grade energy. This means hydraulic power plant are using high grade energy to produce mechanical work output. And if these power plants are using high grade energy, then efficiencies of this power plant is going to be higher as compared to this one. That's why there is a striking difference in the efficiency between thermal power plant as well as hydraulic power plant. Clear? Okay. So that's what I have explained here. In hydraulic power plant, high grade energy is converted to high grade energy, because you know the objective of a power plant is to get mechanical work output. And what is work? Work is a high grade energy. Okay, in hydraulic power plant, potential energy of water will be converted to mechanical work output. Both the potential energy and the work comes under high grade energy. So that's why there will be a conversation between high grade energy and high grade energy in hydraulic power plant. As a result, we will get a higher efficiency in case of hydraulic power plant. Opposite to that, in thermal power plant, what happens? The heat which will generate after the combustion of air and fuel mixture, that heat will be converted to work. Heat comes under low grade energy, work comes under high grade energy. So here a low grade energy will be converted to high grade energy in thermal power plant, and that's why we will get a comparatively less efficiency in thermal power plant as compared to hydraulic power plant. Okay, so this is a comparison between different types of power plant. Try to remember this thing. Okay, so now we are going to start our lecture on gas turbine power plant. Okay, so already you have some knowledge regarding gas turbine plant. You have studied all these things in T1. So a gas turbine plant, it works under the principle of Brayton cycle, right? It has a compressor, it has a combustion chamber, it has a turbine. Okay, and the working medium for this plant will be normally air or gas. Okay, so we will come to that thing. So a gas turbine power plant, it is the heart of a power plant that produce electric current. I mean, first it will produce mechanical work from the turbine, and with the turbine we are going to couple a alternator, then a generator, and from that we will get electric current. Okay, and this gas turbine power plant is also a type of internal combustion engine. What do you mean by internal combustion engine? Two types of engines are there. One is IC engine or internal combustion engine. One is EC engine, external combustion engine. Internal combustion engine means if the combustion of air and fuel takes place inside the engine cylinder, then it comes under internal combustion engine. If the combustion of air and fuel takes place outside the engine cylinder, then that will comes under external combustion engine. Your petrol engine, diesel engine, your bike, whatever the things, automobiles you are looking nowadays, all will comes under internal combustion engine. Okay, the steam engine that we have used in the ancient times, that will comes under external combustion engine. Alright, and you can see the thermal efficiency of a gas turbine power plant lies between 20 to 30%. As I have told, gas turbine power plant also we are going to use low grade energy, or we are going to utilize the heat energy to get the work output, and obviously there will be certain losses, and that will indicate by the low thermal efficiency of gas turbine power plant. Now coming to the application, in which cases we are going to use this gas turbine power plant. It has lots of applications. Specifically in the aircraft industry, we are going to use the gas turbine power plant. Okay, and apart from that, in some petrochemical plants, in some it is having some offshore application. It is having some district heating. It is also used in liquefied natural gas. Okay, it is used in the gas boosters, pipeline, like this. Lots of applications are there in gas turbine power plants. Okay, in petrochemical plants also it will act as a cogeneration plant. Gas turbine plants is there. Whatever the mechanical work output that we will get from the gas turbine plant, that we will supply to the petrochemical plants to rotate the prime movers. So as a cogeneration, this gas turbine plant and petrochemical plants, they will work. So like this, it is having lots of application in the industries. Now coming to the advantages and disadvantages, it is having some advantage. What is the advantage? The floor space required as compared to steam power plant will be very less in case of gas turbine power plant. Okay, so whatever the floor space required in gas turbine, okay, that will be very less, which results less expensivity of gas turbine power plant as compared to hydraulic power plant. And one more thing, there will be no standby losses for a gas turbine power plant as compared to steam power plant. Maintenance cost also is very low for a gas turbine power plant. Okay, and the cold starting problem will not come into picture in gas turbine power plant as compared to steam power plant. Those are some advantages you can see. And coming to the disadvantage, the first one is the efficiency. The efficiency of gas turbine power plant is very less. Okay, it is approximately 20 to 25%. Very less efficiencies will be there. And whatever the mechanical work output we will get from the gas turbine power plant, that mechanical work output is also very less as compared to the other thermal power plants. Okay, so these are some advantages and disadvantages of gas turbine power plant. You may get a 2 marks or 3 marks questions in the exam. Mention or discuss the advantages or disadvantages of gas turbine power plants. Right. Now coming to the classification. So if you see how these gas turbines will be classified. So basically 3 types are there. It will classified on the basis of combustion process. Means what will be the condition of the combustion chamber. Combustion chamber where the burning of air and fuel mixture will take place. Based upon the condition of combustion chamber, it it will be two types. One is constant volume gas turbine power plant, constant pressure gas turbine power plant. Okay, this is one type. Second is depending upon the path of gases. When the gas will flow through the different auxiliaries of the turbine, different auxiliaries of the power plant, based upon the flow, it will be divided into three types. One is open cycle gas turbine, second one is closed cycle gas turbine, and the last one is semi-closed cycle gas turbine. And in the syllabus, we will be having only these two: open cycle gas turbine, closed cycle gas turbine. These two types are there in your syllabus. Okay, this is one more category. The last one is based upon the action of gases. Okay, so it will be a impulse turbine or it will be a reaction turbine. Means what are the kinds of turbine you will use to get the mechanical work output. Based upon that, it will be impulse turbine and it will be reaction turbine. Okay, so in this syllabus, the next classes we are going to discuss briefly regarding open cycle gas turbine and closed cycle gas turbine. In open cycle gas turbine, what is the working principle? Okay, how we will get the mechanical work outputs? What are the different auxiliaries? Okay, what will be the striking equation to get the efficiencies? All those things we are going to derive or we are going to discuss in the next class. Okay, so now I will just give you a complete layout of a gas turbine power plant. Okay, so if you can see the main components of a gas turbine power plant, there are basically three main components of a gas turbine power plant. Okay, so one is compressor, second one is combustion chamber, and the third one is gas turbine. So these are the three main auxiliaries of a gas turbine power plant. Okay, so now what happens here? First it will take the air from the atmosphere. Okay, and obviously atmospheric air that will contain some dirt, some impurities, so that those air made to flow through the air filter. Okay, then after that the low pressure and low temperature air, it will enter into compressor, where it will get compressed to a high pressure air. Okay, now this will be enter into the combustion chamber where we will supply fuel also. Okay, and inside the combustion chamber, burning of air fuel mixture will take place. Okay, then high temperature and high pressure gas, it will supply to the gas turbine. It will strike the blades of the gas turbine and it will rotate the turbine blades. Okay, and after that, after expansion in the turbine, the low pressure and low temperature gases, it will supply to the atmosphere. Okay, and with this turbine, we will couple some alternators, motors and generator to get our desired electricity. And this is how a gas turbine power plant will work. So in the next video, we are going to discuss in detail regarding open cycle gas turbine and closed cycle gas turbine.